When business case is agreed, this will lead to contract signature, and that will lead to start of a project. So without a contract signature, you don't have a project. Now, in this episode, we will discuss about the contract management. You as a project manager, what you need to do, what you need to take care during your project execution from the beginning, from the initiating until the closing phase. What you need to monitor for your signed contract. Prepare your white sheets, grab your cup of coffee, and let's hit the whiteboard to start the session. In some companies, the project manager is involved since early stages. That means once the marketing department starts with preparing the business case, they are nominating a project manager. The project manager continues even after signing the contract until delivery of this contract. This is the best case scenario. In other scenarios, some companies have the marketing department where they give the proposals, they prepare all the requirements, and once this contract is signed, then they will deliver it to the project management department, where the project management department will nominate, together with the top management, they will nominate one project manager. The project manager now has the signed contract, and he or she will start with preparing the contract. So what does this mean? The project manager first, once he get the contract, what should this project manager do for managing correctly this contract? So the contract is a document, and the document has the business case. It should has what to deliver, when to deliver, how much. Those are the main items in the contract to be checked. And those are the main project constraints: scope, time, and cost. The main project constraints which needs to be checked. So the contract is a document with a load of articles inside. Starting from the beginning, you need to prepare your finance. You know what to do, but you need to prepare your finance. So you need to check in the contract what is required. This is the scope. And the scope mainly is defined in one article: scope of deliverables or delivery. And this could be related to an annex of the contract. So you need to check this annex. Then, when it will be delivered, this is the time, and you need to check the milestones. Those milestones could be written here and could be also as another annex where it is the time schedule. The other part is the how much, which is the cost, and the cost could be written here. This will be done with this total amount of the contract. Maybe this is for 1 million USD, and the payment milestones, where this 1 million is set like 10% up on, 20% up on, another 20% up on, another 40% up on, and another 10% up on. So you have the payment milestone 1, payment milestone 2, payment milestone 3, payment milestone 4, and payment milestone 5. So if we considering that this is the milestones for this contract, means now I know what is required from me, details, when it's required, details, how much I will get, and when I will get these things. Then you need to check some other articles. The contract has so many articles, but the main items are those, plus you need to check your risks. The risks in the contract need to be carefully checked. The risks means the penalties, the delays. What could occur if you are not delivering, if something is postponed, if something is on force majeure, everything. So this is the red color penalties, or LD, liquidation damage. The liquidation damages, those are the risks for you which you need to check. So now you started with your project and you start managing all these things. You will start preparing some major things, that you will start preparing the letter of credit, the performance bond. The other things, you need to start preparing the finance for the project. So you need to start preparing the finance, the project. Who will give you, who will pay for you, when you will get paid, and everything. Once you start with preparing your finance, you also need to prepare your cash flow. Because once you start with preparing your cash flow, you will know what you will pay and when you will get paid back from your client. Then you will make like the cash flow, you will make like plus and minuses, and you will end like with something like this, or maybe if your finance is bad, then you will go with negative cash flow, and then you will go with positive cash flow. That depends on your contract. The best contracts are set with positive cash flow. That means you will get paid like advance payment to start against some performance guarantee, and you will start your work, you get the payment from the client, you start your work, and then once you start getting the payment milestones from the client, you pay back to your suppliers, and you keep your cash flow in positive. Avoid negative cash flow. Negative cash flow leads always to problems. Once you prepare the cash flow, now it's time when you start monitoring the other things. You need to monitor your milestones with your team. You need to avoid the milestones which are under liquidation damage. For this, it's good to have a table, a simple table, where we call it a milestone list, where you have table of contents, simple table, and you have divided for month 1, month 2, month 3, you specify your milestones, and you say it's a payment milestone, yes or no. Then you will say it is LD milestone or no, that is liquidation damage, or yes or no. And the plan, forecast, and actual. Means if I have a milestone, say completion, mechanical completion, and this is under liquidation damage, also it's a payment milestone, then and it's happened in the month 2 of my project, so I will write it down here, and I will say yes, it's payment milestone 10%. I will write here liquidation damage, I will say the write the definition of this liquidation damage, what is the maximum value, the planned date to complete, then the forecast date to complete, and this will be the actual date of completion once it's completed. Also, you can add the slack. Means the deviation from actual plan to actual, whether it's in plus days or it's in minus days. Now you have the milestone list prepared, and you will check your scope all the time. Important for you for managing your contract is to check the change management. The change management now here is critical, because once the change management is not integrated well, then you could end up with so many additional works where you cannot do anything for it, and it will cost you too much. Avoid these things and manage your project well by checking the change management, integration management all the time. Once you are preparing for the deliveries, make sure that all your deliveries and your communication are according to this signed contract. Your communication should be always for payment milestones, for official things which are related to liquidation damage or to a key project milestone. Your communication should be in a written, official way. Means you send it with official letter, signed and stamped on your company head letter, and send it. This will be the official way. Confirming receiving the letter, always when you send it by email, request kindly confirm receiving the attached letter. If the client is not responding to such emails, use the old way, send it by a carrier or by a post office, and request to sign the receiving transmitter of this document. Means you are sending this document in, like, let's say a DVD or a CD or a USB drive, or could be a physical document. Prepare with it the transmitter, and the transmitter should be signed by the client confirming receiving it. Not confirming agreeing what is inside, but confirming receiving this document. This is the official communication way. Hope that this is the main items related to the contract where you need to manage it. And don't forget to check all the contract articles, not only those, but all contract articles, and you need to keep monitoring and controlling the contract articles, and whatever change comes, you need to amend it to the contract. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.